Hey there, and welcome to this explainer. So think about this for a second. Every single day, we wake up, go about our routines, and just kind of assume that the world around us is exactly as it appears to be. But what if I told you that right beneath the surface of your everyday life, there are absolutely mind-blowing realities hiding in plain sight? Today, we are going on a serious journey. We're unpacking 10 amazing things that 99% of people simply do not know. This explainer is totally designed to shift how you perceive your everyday reality, turning the totally mundane into the extraordinary. I mean, really ask yourself, how much do you actually know about the world around you? Because the stuff we experience daily, the things we just casually call normal, are actually masking some truly incredible secrets. From the very floor you're resting on right now to the sky above you, there's this whole hidden layer of science and mystery. And I promise you, by the time we hit the end of this countdown, the final fact on our list is going to fundamentally change your perspective on humanity itself. So get comfortable, tune in, and let's explore. All right, let's kick things off with Section 1, the hidden reality, starting with fact number 10. Let's challenge our most basic human assumption, stillness. When you're sitting exactly where you are right now, you feel completely anchored, right? Well, actually, scratch that. The scientific reality is vastly different. You are currently traveling rapidly through space. Earth isn't just sitting there in the void. It is constantly rotating on its axis, and at the exact same time, it's hurtling around the sun. And to top the whole shebang off, our entire solar system is moving through the Milky Way galaxy. The absolutely crucial point here is that you don't feel this dizzying, incredible speed simply because everything around you is moving right along with you. Every single second, you are literally an astronaut flying through the cosmos. Moving right along to our next section, Mysteries of Our Planet, and fact number 9. It's kind of ironic when you think about it. We've walked on the moon, we've sent spacecraft deep into the void of space, yet our own oceans remain an absolute mystery. Just think about the deep ocean challenges we face down there. We're talking extreme pressure that makes exploration incredibly difficult. Total absolute darkness, freezing temperatures, and vast, completely unknown environments. But despite these super hostile conditions, scientists are constantly discovering brand new, totally bizarre underwater species right here on our home planet. Think about that for a second. On the very planet where we live, there is still this enormous, thriving underwater world that we just don't completely understand. Okay, let's shift gears and zoom way in. Here's our next section, the human machine, which covers facts 8 down to 5. For these next few facts, we're going to explore the hidden, highly complex reality operating every single second inside your own body and mind. Let's dive into fact number 8. The immune system is your body's unseen defense network. Right now, as you're just relaxing and watching this explainer, you might feel perfectly fine. But beneath the surface, your body is fighting a relentless, invisible battle. You're constantly coming into contact with bacteria, viruses, and countless other microorganisms. Your immune system is literally executing thousands of complex processes to identify and neutralize these potential threats. And the most amazing part, most of the time, you don't even notice any of it happening. You are surviving a microscopic war zone every single day. Moving right along to fact number 7, let's talk about what we can see, or rather, what we can't. When you look around the room right now, you probably assume you're seeing all the light that exists, but the visible light our human eyes can actually detect is just a tiny, tiny sliver of the vast electromagnetic spectrum. There is a whole unseen spectrum out there. Things like infrared and ultraviolet radiation are constantly bouncing around us, right outside our range of vision. And the profound takeaway here is actually pretty simple. Just because we can't see something doesn't mean it doesn't exist. It really makes you pause, doesn't it? Our eyes only provide a severely limited window into the actual physical reality surrounding us at any given moment. The world we see is just not the complete picture. Which sets up fact number 6 perfectly. Your brain actively constructs the reality you experience. We usually think of our eyes like simple camera lenses, right? Just recording the world exactly as it is, while our brain passively watches the footage. But the biological truth is that the process is so much more complicated than that. See, while your eyes merely receive the raw sensory information, your brain has to work incredibly hard to interpret it. And sometimes, it gets it wrong. That is exactly why optical illusions can so easily trick us. Your eyes are receiving one set of physical information, but your brain is kind of guessing at what it means and interpreting it differently. It totally proves that the reality we experience every single day is actually a constructed interpretation, not a perfect objective representation of the real world. Before we leave the human body entirely, let's hit fact number 5. We all know fingerprints are unique, sure, but did you know your tongue possesses uniquely complex characteristics and surface patterns too? Yep, just like a fingerprint, the shape and bumps on your tongue can vary wildly from person to person. While we obviously don't use it for identification, it's a fascinating reminder that even the parts of our body we completely ignore are astonishingly complex and totally unique to each of us. The human body is just way more complicated than it looks. Okay, let's zoom back out into the wild. Welcome to our next section, Nature's Raw Power. Looking at facts 4 down to 2. We are now looking at the terrifying, beautiful physics of our broader environment. Take fact number 4. When a thunderstorm rolls in, what we see is just a quick, bright flash across the sky. But the scientific reality? It's a massive electrical discharge. And get this, the air around that lightning channel can actually become hotter than the surface of the sun. That is a staggering amount of thermal energy contained in a fraction of a second, and a really good reminder of why thunderstorms demand our absolute, unwavering respect. Now let's jump off planet for fact number 3. Hollywood movies have totally conditioned us to expect these massive, dramatic boom sounds when a spaceship explodes during a battle. We've all seen it. But in reality, actual space is an absolute silent vacuum. You see, sound waves require a physical medium to travel through, like air, water, or just some other material. Since most of outer space is an extremely thin vacuum, if a massive explosion happened right nearby, you wouldn't hear a thing. Space is vastly quieter than the movies make it look. Bringing it back down to Earth for fact number 2, plants are highly complex, responsive, and interconnected living systems. The next time you walk past a tree, I want you to completely change how you look at it. It seems perfectly still, right? Like a wooden statue planted in the dirt. But in reality, that plant is constantly reacting to light, to water, temperature, and gravity. And within forests, plants are intricately interacting with fungi, insects, animals, and other microorganisms in ways we are only just beginning to grasp. You aren't just looking at wood, you're looking at a piece of a highly complex living network. And now we've reached our grand finale, Section 4, Our Place in Space, and fact number 1. Let's really slow things down for a second. Take a deep breath, because we are about to look at the grandest scale imaginable. We start with the Earth, our home, the only place where every single human being who has ever lived has experienced their entire life. Then we pull back to our solar system, which is only a tiny part of the neighborhood. Next, we zoom out to the Milky Way galaxy, where our massive sun is just one single star among an enormous, unimaginable number of other stars. And finally, the observable universe, where the Milky Way itself is just one single galaxy among billions of others. When you truly try to picture this, you realize we are just incredibly, unbelievably small compared to the physical scale of the universe. But that brings us to the central uplifting thesis of this whole explainer. We may be tiny compared to the universe, but we're curious enough to try to understand it. Yes, physically, we are totally microscopic on the cosmic stage. Yet from this tiny little blue planet, humanity builds massive telescopes. We send spacecraft hurtling out into the void. We study distant galaxies and ask these profound, deep questions about our origins and whether life exists somewhere else. That boundless curiosity, that incredible drive to explore, is honestly one of the most beautiful things about humanity. So, as we wrap things up today, I really have to ask, which of these hidden realities surprised you the most? Was it the searing heat of a lightning bolt, the invisible battle of your immune system, or maybe just the sheer silent scale of the universe? I want you to reflect on that. Keep wondering, keep questioning the normal things around you, because there's always something spectacular hidden just out of sight, waiting for you to discover it. Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer. Stay curious, keep learning, and we'll see you next time as we dive back into the unknown.